Greetings and blessings to you. Welcome back to your peaceful dream of heaven on earth. We're here studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are on lesson number 256. God is the only goal I have today. The way to God is through forgiveness here. There is no other way. If sin had not been cherished by the mind, what need would there have been to find the way to where you are? Who would still be uncertain? Who could be unsure of who he is? And who would yet remain asleep in heavy clouds of doubt about the holiness of him whom God created sinless? Here we can but dream. But we can dream we have forgiven him in whom all sin remains impossible. And it is this we choose to dream today. God is our goal. Forgiveness is the means by which our minds return to him at last. And so, our Father, would we come to you in your appointed way? We have no goal except to hear your voice and find the way your sacred word has pointed out to us. And that's our lesson for today. God is the only goal I have today. So when the ego suggests to you that it's really important that you worry about or that you hold on to that resentment, or you're prove to yourself that you're right about just come back to this simple statement. God is the only goal I have today. And if you're looking for things to contemplate, to distract yourself from the behavior patterns or the thought patterns that you normally go through, consider this. In this lesson, the word here is used a couple of times, and I think it's so beautiful and very much here because it gives you a chance to go down a more holy rabbit hole, if you will, instead of like the normal ego rabbit holes. The way to God is through forgiveness here. Here, what does that mean to you? Does it mean here on planet Earth, or just here in this lesson today? He also says, Jesus talks about, if sin had not been cherished by the mind, what need would there have been to find the way to where you are? Once again, it's like, is he talking about our physical location on Earth? We came from somewhere and now we're here. Who would still be uncertain? So to me, it's just reinforcing what is becoming clear in my mind, which could be totally different than what you're experiencing with the lessons. But this idea that I have created the entire universe with my mind, and I've made up the idea of Jesus and Buddha, Shiva, Shakti, everything, in order for me to guarantee that I would wake up to the truth, which is the only thing to experience is my mind. And I'm seeing the world through this lens of how I view myself, my beliefs about myself, my little self, my big self, all of it. I mean, now I feel like I'm at peace way more than I used to be. So this feeling that is present for me of just neutrality, calmness, it must be because I'm viewing myself in a more peaceful way. I don't have the struggles and the challenges and the, constant judgment thoughts and all these things that are coursing through all the time in my mind. And so as I find myself here, the way to God is through forgiveness here. My here is my creation. And it's also making me feel a lot more empowered and confident to say these things and just feel comfortable with this is my new reality. And it's one thing to read the course and read those things about how powerful our minds are in terms of creating our reality. And then it's another thing to really start to experience it. And there was a part of me that feels a little nervous to say that I made up Jesus and I made up the Holy Spirit and everything, that I made up the Course. But it's like, what else could possibly be true if everything in this planet is an illusion, and this planet is connected to the entire universe, which also is some kind of an illusion? Then how could it not be true that everything is an illusion, even the entire history of the world, which there may be evidence of, and I could go to an archaeological site and find things, and they could be carbon tested, and it could be so-called proven to me that things existed before I did. All of that is body-based, material-based information that I don't have to believe in. So God is the only goal I have today feels perfect. And I'll take that with me out into the day. I'm actually going to get an oil change, speaking of the happy dream, because I'll be hitching up a little U-Haul trailer to the back of my Jeep and driving to Missouri in a couple of weeks and starting my life over again, which is fantastic. And I feel like a powerful creator. I have nothing to worry about. There's no making mistakes on my journey or my path. There's no I'm not meant to be there potentially, or I am meant to be there. It's just I'm doing it because that's what I want the next scene in my life to be. So thanks for listening today. If you're challenged by this information, I welcome that. It's perfectly okay and beautiful to have your experience of the Course. It's a self-study book, right? It's like, take it wherever you want to take it. And I'm just starting to feel like things are a lot more clear to me. What's a path for me in my mind as I go on about my day. And when things come up for me, and which they definitely still do. Yesterday was 9/11, and there was a little bit of leftover excitement from the debate, as well as a lot of banter about, the truth about what happened on September 11th, 2001. So that did get me into a little bit of a space. But then I realized I have the option to completely let it go, never talk about it again, and my life will be the same, if not better, for that decision. So there you have it. Have a beautiful day, enjoy your lesson, and I'll see you back here again on the next video.